Hello, everybody. This is John, and you're watching Super Positive Games. And I'm here to talk about what went down at the Game Awards 2019. As you all know, the Game Awards is basically made up of two different entities, one of them being the awards themselves, and the other being game announcements. So, I think it's sad that a lot of people kind of look more forward to the announcements than the awards. Most people care about the announcements over the awards. Here I'm going to stay true to what the Game Awards is all about. It's about a celebration of these games and the people who worked really, really hard to make them. So I'm going to start off talking about all of the awards, the nominees, and who won. And then later on, I'll talk about each and every game announcement that went down at the Game Awards as well. If you want to skip right to the announcements, I'll have a time code in the description so you could do so. But first, we're going to start off with the awards because I feel like that's what's most important. There wouldn't be the Game Awards show without the awards, so you won't get any of the announcements either. So, awards first. Here we go. This isn't going to be in chronological order. It's going to be in the order that it's on the site, from the lowest, from the bottom award all the way to the top, which is the Game of the Year. First off, I want to start with the Player's Choice Award, which was added on later, and it was a tournament-style bracket kind of deal, which I like. And Fire Emblem Three Houses won that. So, just want to start off with that. But the first real category is VR AR game. And the nominees were Asgard's Wrath, Blood and Truth, Beat Saber, No Man's Sky, and Trover Saves the Universe. And the winner was Beat Saber. Now, this is one of those things where Beat Saber came out right after last year's Game Awards 2018, like a week or so after that. So it wasn't eligible, obviously, for those awards. So they made it eligible for this year, even though it's a 2018 game. We're going to see some of those in here. Specifically, Smash Brothers is a big one, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, Beat Saber won VR AR game. I'm not a VR or AR gamer, but that's for fans of those games. Next up is Strategy Game. Nominees are Age of Wonders Planetfall, Anno 1800, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Total War Three Kingdoms, Tropico 6, and Wargroove. And Fire Emblem Three Houses took that one as well. So there you go, Fire Emblem with the strategy game and the Player's Choice winner. There are a lot of people who loved Fire Emblem Three Houses this year, and a lot of people were kind of complaining that it got left out of some categories. Next up, sports/racing game. Nominees are Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, Dirt Rally 2.0, eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer 2020, FIFA 19 and FIFA 20, and the winner was Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Need for Speed Heat didn't make it in there. I did play that game, but maybe it came out too late, because it did come out November 8th, and I think the cutoff for the Game Awards are around that time, so it could have been because of that. But if Need for Speed Heat was on here, I would totally vote for it. Next up was Score and Music, which was weird because they don't do all of the awards on the main stage, with a presenter and a acceptance speech. Some of the lesser awards are done off to the side really quickly, in between segments here and there, and those are usually like some of the esports awards or VR AR game. But Score and Music is a pretty big deal in a video game, and I know they made a big deal of it last year. They had a whole thing about Score and Music, but this year Score and Music was put off to, it was one of the side categories this year, sadly. But the nominees were Cadence of Hyrule, Death Stranding, Devil May Cry 5, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Sayonara Wild Hearts. And Death Stranding won that one. I voted for Kingdom Hearts 3 because it had a lot of music that I enjoyed. A lot of just like weird angelic tunes going on. And also, it was the only one on that list of nominees that I did actually play. Um, so there's that. We'll talk. Kingdom Hearts comes up a little bit later on. But moving on to role-playing game. Oh, it's right here, actually. Role-playing game nominees: Disco Elysium, Final Fantasy XIV, Kingdom Hearts 3, Monster Hunter World Iceborne, and The Outer Worlds. So, Disco Elysium won that one. And we'll talk about Disco Elysium a lot. It's not a game that I played yet. I do want to play it, but it did come out of the award show with winning the most awards. So that's a pretty big deal, especially for an indie game. Because last year was Red Dead 2, and I don't even remember what 2017's most award-winning game was. But that's a pretty big deal for an indie game to win the most awards out of all these games. Yeah, I voted for The Outer Worlds, and I know there's Kingdom Hearts 3 on here as well, but I just don't really see Kingdom Hearts 3 as an RPG. You know, all of the RPG elements I just ignored completely, like assigning your companions different items or abilities just seemed useless to me, so I didn't even bother with that. And that's not the mark of a great RPG. And I just don't consider that game to be an RPG anyway. I see it more of just like an action game. But The Outer Worlds would have been my pick there, because I really enjoy The Outer Worlds. And it is a true RPG. Next up is performance. We have, and this is another one, by the way, like score and music, they did off to the side, right? Jeff Keighley, obviously the creator of the Game Awards and the host, he just fired this one off on the side, unfortunately. And usually the performance award is one of the grander kind of awards that they go all out on, that get a big presenter. I know last year it was Christoph Waltz who presented this award, but not this year. We have Ashley Birch as Parvati Holcomb in The Outer Worlds, Courtney Hope as Jesse Faden in Control, Laura Bailey as Kate Diaz in Gears 5, Mads Mikkelsen as Cliff in Death Stranding, Matthew Peretta as Dr. Casper Darling in Control, Norman Reedus as Sam Porter Bridges in Death Stranding, and the winner was Mads Mikkelsen as Cliff in Death Stranding. Now, he wasn't there to receive the award, so that may have been why they decided to do this one off to the side. I bet if he was there, they might have had, a presenter for it and everything like that. Although they do pick presenters for awards very early on and probably before the final votes get in. So I don't know. It's a whole thing, but Mads won. I was pulling for Ashley Birch, Parvati in Outer Worlds, because I think she is probably one of the best characters in that game. She's definitely the best companion. I loved all her side quests. I loved talking to her. I looked forward to having conversations with her on the ship and out and about. I chose her as one of the two companions to come with me like 70% of the time, right? Loved Parvati. All her side quests were interesting. Easily the best companion in the game, I think, and one of the best characters in the game. And great performance by Ashley Birch. I also really enjoy Jesse Faden, Courtney Hope in Control, and of course Laura Bailey as Kate Diaz in Gears 5. Gears 5 I loved. I thought it was a step up, huge step up from Gears 4. And Laura Bailey helped in that regard. And then I also liked Matthew Peretta's performance in Control as Casper Darling. He's one of the more interesting ones because his performance was all live action. They had his cutscene segments, I guess, are all live action in the game. So that's interesting. But yeah, great job by all of those. I didn't play Death Stranding, obviously, but I'm sure Norman Reedus and Mads did outstanding. But yeah, everybody had a great performance, I think, including Death Stranding and, of course, the games that I did play. So, well done. Next ongoing game, Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. I Don't remember what I voted for. It was probably either Rainbow Six Siege or Apex Legends. I'm a huge fan of Apex Legends. But Fortnite did win. Obviously, I mean, it's doing so much, right? Fresh content, like, almost constantly. It's crazy. So, yeah, congrats to Fortnite and Donald Mustard, the Must. Yeah, they're doing really great over there. Up next was Narrative, A Plague Tale Innocence, Control, Death Stranding, Disco Elysium, and The Outer Worlds, with Disco Elysium bringing it home, right? These are all huge games that it's going up against. This indie game, Disco Elysium, you know, Control, Death Stranding, Outer Worlds. Those are 3 Game of the Year nominees that it beat out for Narrative, right? I gotta play this game. And of course, Plague Tale Innocence. I voted for A Plague Tale Innocence because this was the only category it was nominated for, and I really enjoyed that game, and I wanted to get some kind of recognition. But I would have also voted for Control. Actually, no, I don't think Control had as strong as a narrative. I think out of this list, besides Death Stranding, I don't think Control deserves to be here. The overall kind of ideas and themes, like the astral plane and the board, all of those general ideas were super interesting and fascinated the hell out of me. But when it came down to the plot and the characters and how the story was moving, it just didn't really do it for me, unfortunately. So, and then The Outer Worlds was great storytelling, great companion stories, side quests and all that totally belonged there. It probably also did have a good chance to win, but I was pulling for A Plague Tale Innocence. Congrats to Disco Elysium. Up next, multiplayer game: Apex Legends, Borderlands 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Tetris 99, and Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Apex Legends won this category. That's what I voted for. I also really, really liked Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That's what you're seeing now, obviously. I think I voted for Apex, but Modern Warfare was a close second. But congrats, Apex Legends. Very well-deserved award there in multiplayer game. Like, really, for real. Like, they're doing fantastic. And we'll talk about Apex Legends later on when we get to the announcement side of things here. But yeah, congrats to Respawn. Huge year for Respawn, right? Jedi Fallen Order as well. Awesome. Then mobile game: Call of Duty Mobile, Grindstone, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Sky Children of Light, and What the Golf. Call of Duty Mobile took that one. I actually should try Call of Duty Mobile. I'm not a mobile gamer at all, but it seems to be growing. Call of Duty Mobile. So yeah. Then we have independent game: Baba Is You, Disco Elysium, Katana Zero, Outer Wilds, and Untitled Goose Game. Surprise! Disco Elysium won this category. I was really, really pulling for Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds is one of my favorite games that I played this year. It's gonna be, you could bet that it's gonna be somewhere on my top 10 games of 2019 list. Probably towards the top. Don't tell anyone. But yeah, Outer Wilds fascinated the hell out of me. And when it was nominated for 3 different awards, it was nominated for Independent Game, Subway Fresh Indie Game, which we'll get to later, and it was also nominated for Game Direction. And I was pulling for it to win all 3 of those. But here in Independent Game, it lost out, unfortunately. Kind of upset there. I thought it really deserved it. But Disco Elysium takes the cake here. Disco is on a roll, right? And then we have games for impact: Concrete Genie, Gris, Kind Words, Life is Strange 2, and Sea of Solitude. Out of all these, I've only played Sea of Solitude and Life is Strange 2. And I think that's what I voted for, Life is Strange 2, because I just finished it. Like, the final episode for it came out earlier this month. So I think I did vote for Life is Strange 2 out of recency. But I also played Sea of Solitude. It was good. But Grease won out here. Yeah, it's another one of those games that was released just after last year's Game Awards in December. So they included it here, and it won out for Games for Impact. Next up, Game Direction. Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and Outer Wilds. Death Stranding took this one home. I think mostly because Game Direction is kind of like a runner-up kind of category. So when Death Stranding won Game Direction, I was assuming that it wasn't going to win Game of the Year as well. And I'm not going to spoil it here, but Death Stranding wins Game Direction, probably because of the huge name that Kojima has in the industry. And out of this list of 5 games, he is the most well-known game director and the most acclaimed. And what he did with Death Stranding, from what I hear and from what I could see from the outside, he tried something super creative and super new. And for that, I see how he deserves the Game Direction win. I was also pulling for Outer Wilds, obviously one of my favorite games of the year, but again, upset that it lost out. Control, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro, I all played. I didn't finish Sekiro though. Up next, Subway, fresh indie game. So this is different from the indie game in that this is awarded to a studio who makes their first independent game. So all of these studios are up here because of their very first game that they released in 2019. And before this one was announced, Reggie, from the former head of Nintendo, or CEO of Nintendo America, came out on stage and gave a really, really nice speech. What I thought was the best speech of the night. He talked about how every developer in the industry once started off as an independent developer, with everybody starting out small, and they grew to this point. And he also talked about how in this category, the Subway Fresh Indie Game, most award shows, including the Game Awards, is a look back on the year, but this category allows us to look forward into the future, because these are studios that just made their very first game, and we have a lot to look forward to from them. So I thought that was a really, really awesome speech from Reggie. Shout out to him. The nominees for this category are Zeum for Disco Elysium, Nomada Studios for Grease, Dead Toast Entertainment for My Friend Pedro, Mobius Digital for Outer Wilds, Mega Crit for Slay the Spire, and House for Untitled Goose Game. And surprise again, Zeum for Disco Elysium took this one home. Subway Eat Fresh. Again, this was the third and final category that Outer Wilds was nominated in, and it lost out again. Super disappointed there, but congrats to Zeum, and congrats to all of these studios. Nomada, Dead Toast, Mobius, Mega Crit, House. We have a lot to look forward to in the future for them. I see huge potential. And they already made incredible games so far. So, next up, fighting game: Dead or Alive 6, Jump Force, Mortal Kombat 11, Samurai Showdown, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I voted for Mortal Kombat 11. I also played a little bit of Jump Force. Didn't like it at all. Not a huge fan. But Smash did win this category. Again, they're one of those games that just missed last year's cutoff, so they are nominated here. I'll talk about that at the Game of the Year category, because I have a thought about it. But congrats to Smash here for winning fighting game. Next up, family game, which is being called the Nintendo category because all 5 of these games are Nintendo games. They are Luigi's Mansion 3, Ring Fit Adventure, Super Mario Maker 2, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Yoshi's Crafted World. And Luigi's Mansion 3 took that home. I think out of all these, with the exception of Smash, of course, Luigi's Mansion 3 looked the most interesting when it was revealed, I think, at E3 this year. Next up, we're going to talk about all the esports stuff all in one go. I'm not going to talk about each nominee. I'm just going to fire off the winners. So for Best Esports Team, G2 Esports League of Legends. Best Esports Player, Kyle Buga Giersdorf from the Sentinels in Fortnite. Best Esports Host, Efi Shocks Deporti, or better known as Shocks. Esports Game of the Year, League of Legends. Esports Event, League of Legends World Championship 2019. Best Esports Coach, Danny Zonic Sorensen from Astralis and CSGO. And Content Creator of the Year, Shroud. I didn't say his full name because that last name is going to give me a heart attack. But Shroud won Content Creator of the Year. Congrats to all of them. Next up, Community Support. Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Rainbow Six Siege. That went to Destiny 2. So congrats to Bungie for having the best community support, listening to their players, and doing the right things when it comes to what their player base wants and what they're saying. I think Apex Legends a little bit too young of a game to really have a good running for that award. The rest of them are all pretty established games. They've been around for years. So yeah, that goes to Destiny 2. Up next is Audio Design. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Control, Death Stranding, Gears 5, Resident Evil 2, and Sekiro. And that went to Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That's also what I voted for because it has very, very good sound design, right? Like, oh my god. I don't even know what to talk about. But I know that it is a level above all of these games, except for Death Stranding because I haven't played Death Stranding. But when I think about Sekiro or Resident Evil 2, Gears 5, I don't really think about the audio design, right? I think most people say great audio design goes unheard. But I think great audio design does get noticed, but not in like a bad... It's not like this is annoying. It's like, when I play a game that has great audio design, I hear that sound design, and I'm like, wow. And that's what I did with Modern Warfare. So, well-deserved win. I love living in a year where a Call of Duty game wins a Game Award, right? It feels awesome. Congrats to Activision and, I was going to say Sledgehammer. That's next year. And Infinity Ward. Well-deserved win here. Congrats. Art direction: Control, Death Stranding, Grease, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Sekiro, and Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. I thought that the games that had the best shot here were Grease, Sayonara, and Link's Awakening. Didn't really see anything special with Sekiro, and I didn't play Death Stranding, but Control did win this category. And thinking back to playing Control, I will say, damn, some of that lighting, that environmental lighting that game had was mind-boggling, right? And some of the architecture in the environments and the building itself was just outstanding. So, not really a win on art style, more of a lighting perspective and an environmental architecture standpoint. Control wins that. And I think in those regards, they really do deserve that award. But if we're talking about art style, not art direction, art style, I think it's got to go to either Grease, Sayonara, or Link's Awakening. But in overall art direction, that goes to Control, and I could see it there. So congrats. We have 3 more awards to talk about. One of them is Action Adventure Game. They are Borderlands 3, Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Link's Awakening, and Sekiro, with Sekiro winning that game, winning that award. Yeah, sure. I mean, Action Adventure Game is such a broad category. They are all action games, and they all are adventure games. So, yeah, sure. Up next is Action Game, which is Action Adventure Game, but without the adventure, I guess. They are Apex Legends, Astral Chain, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Devil May Cry 5, Gears 5, and Metro Exodus. I was actually kind of hoping Metro Exodus would win because I'm planning to play that soon. I hope it's really good. So seeing it win a Game Award potentially would have been awesome, but it didn't. The Game Award went to Devil May Cry 5, which I guess is well deserved. I haven't played it, but I've seen some gameplay, and goddamn, like that's some crazy ass action, right? And of course, it would win the action game category. Now it comes down to this: the Game of the Year. This Game of the Year nomination list has been very different from the past few years, in that it didn't really have any front runners, right? Usually there's 2 or maybe 3 games that have a real shot, that like everyone's talking about. Last year that was Red Dead 2 and God of War. The year before that was Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild. This year we didn't really have that. There were no front runners, yet every one of these games had a legitimate actual shot to win the award. They are Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and The Outer Worlds. The Outer Worlds was a total surprise. Like, I enjoyed the game, but like I was not expecting it to get on this list ever. So when Jeff Keighley released the nominations video back in, I think it was late November, the Game of the Year was the last category to reveal the nominees, and The Outer Worlds was the last nominee to be revealed. And when that logo popped up, I was shocked, right? I was not expecting it to be on here. And I'm not speaking on Death Stranding or Smash, but out of these 4, Control, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro, and The Outer Wilds, all games that I did play, I think The Outer Wilds was the least deserving to be a nominee for this category. And I found it the least likely to win. So those are my thoughts. And then we have Smash, of course, which was weird to see on the Game of the Year nomination list. We've seen those games like Grease and Beat Saber in some of the smaller categories, but to see one on Game of the Year like this is crazy. And I understand that they're trying to include games that missed the previous year's cutoff. But at the same time, Smash is a 2018 game. Grease is a 2018 game. Beat Saber is a 2018 game. So, it's kind of like a gray area. I support wanting to include games that miss the opportunity. But at the same time, these are 5 2019 games and 1 2018 game to me. It stands out like a sore thumb, right? Anyway, Sekiro ended up winning the Game of the Year. I was not expecting it. I was really pulling for Resident Evil 2. Out of this entire list, that's the game that I enjoyed the most this year. Out of this nominations list, I enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it more than Control. I definitely enjoyed it more than Sekiro, and I do think I enjoyed it more than The Outer Worlds. So I voted for RE2. Sadly, it didn't win, and it didn't win anything either. Like, it didn't win any other awards that it was nominated for, which is a bummer. But yeah, I was not expecting Sekiro to come out and win it. I was thinking it was either going to be Death Stranding, Control, or Resident Evil 2. Or Smash. Not Sekiro and not The Outer Worlds. But Sekiro did win, so congratulations to From Software. You made a tough-as-nails game that I still haven't beaten. I beaten like the first 2 or 3 main bosses. Not very far into it. It's going to be one of those games that I have to chew on over time. I'll come back to it here and there, see where I could go. But congratulations. I think it is well deserved. Some of the boss fights are unique and very challenging, and when you do beat them, it's like holy shit, right? I remember fighting Lady Butterfly for like 2 days, and when I finally beat her, man, great feeling. But so yeah, those are the awards. The big winner here, Sekiro, also Disco Elysium with the most awards, right? I mean, looking back, I am disappointed Resident Evil 2 didn't win anything, let alone Game of the Year. I am also very disappointed that Outer Wilds did not win any of the 3 categories that they were nominated for. I love that game to death. So it was disappointing to see it lose out 3 times. I mean, yeah. Congrats to Call of Duty on their audio design. Just looking back through here. Yeah, Disco Elysium won role-playing game. They won narrative. They won independent game. They won Subway Fresh Indie. That's 4 right there. Yeah, they won 4 awards. So, congrats to that team. Congrats to all of the Game Awards winners, and congratulations to everybody who was nominated too. Like, it's hard work to get nominated here, and what a year, right? What a year. I mean, some people are saying we are, in the transition phase. This generation is winding down, so 2019 wasn't as crazy or, outstanding as maybe 2018 was or 2017. But 2019 did have some great games in there that I really, really liked. Great awards. Congrats to everybody. I'm excited for next year's awards, but we're not done yet. No, we're not. We have announcements to talk about because, as you know, the Game Awards, a big part of it is the announcements. So let's get down to that. I will note Half-Life Alyx and Valve was supposed to be at the show, but they dropped out last minute, and people are saying, "Oh, were they trying to do Half-Life 3 like the traditional one?" Because as we know, Half-Life Alyx is a VR game. And people were wondering, well, maybe there is a traditional Half-Life 3 out there that they want to reveal. And maybe that's why they pulled out of the Game Awards last minute. I don't know. I will say a lot of people are saying that maybe they were supposed to be the last thing of the night. Because how this Game Awards ended was pretty ridiculous. Seemed like there was a huge void in the ending where Valve and Half-Life might have had a spot. I will say I have a little bit of beef with Valve right now because since they acquired Campo Santo, the team that made Firewatch back in 2016, one of my favorite games ever, and my third favorite of 2016, Firewatch, they revealed their next game in the Valley of Gods, I think like a year ago or two, and Valve recently announced that they're taking Campo Santo and putting in the Valley of Gods on hold to have Campo Santo work on Half-Life Alyx, which sucks because I don't care about their VR game, okay? I care about In the Valley of Gods. I care about Campo Santo. So let them make their game, Valve, okay? I'm being serious, all right? I'm getting, pissed, right? God damn. But yeah, I'm not really into Half-Life Alyx. I'm more interested in the Valley of Gods. So Valve, whenever you want to do the right thing, let your team work on the game that they were working on before you bought them. Anyway, that's my beef with Valve. Let's move on to the actual stuff here. There was a 30-minute pre-show, so let's talk about that. There are a couple things in there. In the pre-show, started off with Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, getting Cable, Iceman, Gambit, and Phoenix in the Rise of the Phoenix expansion. That'll also include a Danger Room mode, whatever that is. But that expansion is coming December 23rd, 2019. And then it also teased Shadow of Doom expansion for spring 2020. Then we got Facebook Gaming Salam coming to Facebook Instant Games summer 2020. That's one of their... Keighley does this thing with Facebook where it showcases some of the less fortunate in the world who kind of come together to create video games, and that's what Salam is. And it's coming to Facebook Instant Games in the summer. Then we got Maneater for May 22nd, 2020. It's coming to Epic Store, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Got a new trailer for that. Yeah, Maneater, I first learned about it at PC Gamer Show this past E3. Looks cool as hell. You play as a shark and you destroy everything. So I'm all for it. I'm excited for that. Then we got a new trailer for Humankind coming 2020. It's kind of a civilization builder kind of deal. Not really into that kind of thing, but if you are, that's for you. Then we got No More Heroes 3, new trailer for that, coming 2020 as a Switch exclusive. And then to end off the pre-show, we got a brand new trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Awesome trailer. It is coming to PS4 first. I think it is almost all but confirmed by now that Final Fantasy VII will be a timed PS4 exclusive, so it will come to other platforms a year after it releases in March. So that's exciting. I believe it will come to Xbox during that time, so that's why I'm still keeping track of it. I'm still looking at it as a game that I'm going to play someday. So yeah, getting excited for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Then that's the end of the pre-show. Now let's get into the big show, the real show. We started off with Xbox Series X. Got a reveal trailer. When I say reveal trailer, they revealed the name and what the console looks like, right? So I'll probably put up an image on screen right now of what the console will look like, but this is a pretty big deal. As an Xbox fan, I was not expecting this at the Game Awards, but here we are. What a world we live in. I'm really, really excited for Xbox Series X. It comes out in less than a year, right? Holiday 2020. Oh my god. And even looking at this picture of the console, I actually love that it's a tower kind of thing, right? Some people, it's being said that you could play it sideways, but I'm putting it up, right? It's going vertical, right? Yeah, I mean, just the design of the console looks so sleek, and it's bringing me back to when I first got my Xbox One in 2013. Just like that sleek black box, and I would look at my Xbox One and be like, damn, like there's potential here. I'm gonna go on some crazy adventures. And I just look at that thing, and here we are 6 years later, and I did go on some adventures. But yeah, Xbox Series X got a reveal trailer. But Xbox is not going to stop there. Because right after that, Phil Spencer came out on stage to announce, well, he didn't announce it, but he was like, look at this next thing. And that next thing was a reveal trailer for Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 from Ninja Theory. Holy shit, right? Xbox came out swinging, right? Xbox Series X and Hellblade 2. And I will say, Hellblade 2 trailer was the best of the show. It's intense. I suggest you go and watch it. I might even link it in the description or link to it somewhere. But if you haven't seen this trailer yet, you have to, right? Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 will be an exclusive for Xbox because, of course, Xbox did acquire Ninja Theory back, I think it was 2 years ago, or it was 2018, right? Now, Hellblade 2 was really early on in development. Phil said it himself on stage. So I'm going to speculate it's probably going to be a 2023 game, maybe 24, right? That somewhere around there. But it's looking awesome, right? Looking awesome. One of the best looking Xbox exclusive games yet. Not only in terms of graphics, but like, holy fuck. Like, I want to play this game right now. Right now. I loved Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. It was my fourth favorite game last year. And, wow. I just wasn't expecting any of this. I wasn't expecting Series X, and I wasn't expecting Hellblade 2. Oh my god. I was through the roof, alright? I gotta move on here. I'm spending too much time on this. Next was Mortal Kombat 11, Joker and Harley Quinn trailer. Harley Quinn is actually... So they showed off Joker, and then they did the thing where they panned over to Harley Quinn. Joker was already confirmed to be in the game, but Harley Quinn is the new thing. Like, they announced Harley Quinn for the game here at the Game Awards, and that is coming January 28th. So Joker and Harley Quinn to Mortal Kombat 11. Then Control came in. We got an Expeditions mode trailer as a free update, and it's out right now. So Expeditions is out right now for free in Control. I might give it a try. Who knows? And then we got a teaser for the Fountain. No, not the Fountain. Got a teaser for the Foundation expansion out March 26th. That's a story content expansion. Actually, looking forward to that. More control is the more control, the better. Then we got Godfall reveal trailer coming holiday 2020 for the PlayStation 5. It's a PS5 exclusive. It's also going to be available on the Epic Games Store. That's probably because Gearbox is heavily involved in the development of the game. It's a loot-driven RPG, so the developers came on and they described it as a looter slasher. So it's going to be a sword fighting game with heavy loot aspects. So that's for you PS5 fans. Godfall. Then we got Bravely Default 2 reveal trailer 2020 for the Switch. I don't really know what that is. Apparently it's the third game in the series, but they're calling it 2. I think that's made by Square Enix, so that makes sense. Square Enix doesn't know how to name video games. Then we got Warframe Empyrean update. It's out now on PC, and it's also coming to PS4, Xbox One, and the Switch a little bit later on. So that's for you Warframe fans. Warframe's been around for a long time. They've gotten better and better, apparently, and they've been at every Game Awards show, I think. I think they have that perfect attendance. I know they've been there like the last 2 or 3 years, but that's for you guys, Warframe. Then we got Magic the Gathering Theros Beyond Death coming January. I think that is a Magic the Gathering video game. That's interesting. Then we have Prologue, a player-unknown production. It's apparently a PUBG single-player story. So we heard about this. There was rumors going around for a single-player PUBG content, and here's the reveal teaser. I'm all for it. I'm not a huge fan of PUBG. Played it a little bit, but I think it's interesting that they're trying to do a single-player content for this. I think that means a lot for a game that's so multiplayer-centric and was part of that multiplayer drive to come out with a single-player content, with a single-player story. I think is it going to be a big question? Is it going to be its own game? Is it going to be add-on for PUBG? I don't know. Is it even going to be related to PUBG? I don't know, because it just said Prologue, a player unknown production. So Prologue insinuates it's probably related to PUBG. But that's there. That's cool. No date window or anything. We got this trailer, this little teaser that just shows really nothing. Just the woods is all it showed. Next up was Fortnite and Star Wars in-game event. So yeah, Fortnite x Star Wars is kind of their crossover thing in the game. It's going to have Star Wars themed items and skins. So I think they showed off Rey, Finn, Rey and Finn skins, and then the Red Stormtrooper. I think they're called Sith Troopers. And they also showed TIE Fighter hand gliders, I think, that you fly out of the battle bus on. So that's cool for you Fortnite players. There are a lot of you out there. And they over the past weekend, they did like a cool event. J.J. Abrams got in the game. Jeff Keighley was there. They did like this in-game party for Star Wars. I don't know. But yeah, that's that. Then we have Sons of the Forest got a reveal trailer. Remember, fight demons. I don't really know what Sons of the Forest is. I think it is a sequel to The Forest, a 2014 game, I believe. I think it's like I don't know what it is, actually. I think it's a survival game. Then we got Ruined King, a League of Legends story reveal trailer. It's coming to console and PG. It's a single-player League of Legends game. It's a turn-based RPG. I'm not really a turn-based RPG fan, but I think I'll give it a try. I've always wanted to get into League of Legends. A League of Legends story seems most interesting to me, so I think I might give this one a shot. Then Cyberpunk 2077 came in here, reminded us, hey, we're coming out in April, baby. We're doing this thing. Oh man, I'm so excited for that goddamn game. So Cyberpunk 2077 came in and did like some of the soundtrack reveals. So it's gonna have a lot of artists in the soundtrack. We're gonna have Run the Jewels, which is cool. I actually listened to a little bit of Run the Jewels here and there, not a lot. I've a couple of songs once in a blue moon. So Run the Jewels, Refused, which is a metal band. Love Refused. They did the Doom trailer, Doom 2016 trailer, used their most well-known song, Loved Refused. They're gonna have Grimes, which did a performance right after this. So Grimes did a Cyberpunk 2077 related performance, which was cool. Then ASAP Rocky, who I do enjoy once in a while. Gazelle Twin, Island Rubin, Richard Devine, Nina Kravitz, Deadly Hunter, Boy, and Tina Guo. So those are a few of the artists that will have music in Cyberpunk 2077, and they have a very diverse lineup. You have stuff like Run the Jewels and A$AP Rocky right next to Refused. Give me a break. That's awesome. So yeah, super hyped for 2077. Out in only 4 months? Are you kidding me? We have to move on though. Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance got a reveal trailer for fall 2020. I think that's another story. A lot of card stuff that's doing video game stuff, or tabletop stuff that's doing a video game stuff. That I don't know if that makes sense. But next we have Apex Legends Mirage's Hollow Day Bash. It's an in-game event that's out now for a limited time. It's going to have holiday-themed items, skins, and a limited-time mode, Winter Express, which is kind of like they described it as or they showed it off in a trailer. You have to, the train that goes around the map now, you have to capture that thing. So it's like a capture the train, taking, control of the train that goes around the map. So that's what Winter Express will be. And it also has this Mirage themed like yacht cruise that is on the map now. So like a new map location themed around the holidays and Mirage. They did a pretty cool thing where Jeff Keighley was actually talking to Mirage. Mirage was like on the big screen, and at first I thought it was video, and I was like, wow, Jeff is really good at timing these things. So he doesn't get talked over by Mirage or whatnot. But it was revealed later on that was live. That was a live thing. Like they did that motion capture with Mirage's voice actor live, which was crazy. What technology does is insane. But for all you Apex fans, that's for you. I am one of them. Yeah, cool. I might jump in to try that holiday stuff. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? Up next was Ultimate Rivals The Rank. Got a reveal trailer. It's in Apple Arcade and it's out now. That one's kind of like all these big sports, famous sports players all playing hockey together. So you have football players, soccer players, baseball players, all playing hockey in the Apple Arcade. Then Ori and the Will of the Wisps got a new trailer. It's out March 11th, 2020. Now I will note, previously it was slated for February 11th. But now with this new trailer, it's out March 11th. So they delayed the game by 1 month, very quietly. This was almost this trailer being here at the Game Awards was almost an announcement of the delay, basically. But I mean, the game looks great. Super excited for it. I'll wait an extra month. I'll wait an extra century for Ori. But yeah, delayed a month to February to March 11th. Then Weird West got a reveal trailer. It's an action RPG. It's from Wolfeye Studios, a brand new studio. It's made up of the creators of Dishonored and Prey. So yeah, interesting. Wolfeye Studios has their first game, Weird West. Will it be on next year's Subway Fresh Indie Game? We'll find out. But yeah, it's made up of the people who made Dishonored and Prey. I love Dishonored and Prey a million times. Yes. So this doesn't look like their traditional Dishonored and Prey. Weird West is kind of this top-downish kind of thing going on. But I'm all there for it. The music in the trailer was great. The art style looked awesome. I am there 100% for Weird West. Let's get weird. Let's get West. This message sponsored by Kanye West. Then we have Magic Legends reveal trailer for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. I don't know what that is, but it looked alright. Path of the Warrior got a reveal trailer. It's out now on Oculus Quest. Then we got a Ghost of Tsushima new gameplay trailer, and I put gameplay in quotes because there was hardly any at all. It did that thing where it showed gameplay but with no HUD, no UI at all. So it looked like a cutscene, kinda, but it was actual gameplay. It was weird. Summer 2020 got that new release date or release window, so that's for you PS4 fans. Then Gears Tactics got a new trailer. It's out April 28th on Game Pass, PC, Windows 10, and Steam. And I hope it's out on Xbox because I want to play that. It doesn't say here, but you have to assume that Game Pass means Xbox, hopefully. It's going to get a free bonus at launch, the Thrashball Cole character pack, with a pre-order or Xbox Game Pass for PC beta. Gears Tactics. I mean, I'm not really into that kind of thing. It's a turn-based kind of strategy game. But I'll give it a try. It's Gears, right? So hopefully it is on Xbox. Then we got Naraka Blade Point. Got a reveal trailer for 2020. Looks really awesome. It's kind of like a multiplayer Sekiro thing, if that makes sense. I recommend you watch the trailer. It's interesting. It looks really pretty. And I actually really want to play that thing. Like, give it to me now. Then we got 9 to 5, got a reveal trailer. It's a weird kind of tactical multiplayer shooter. Trailer's all whacked out, right? I don't know what to say. It started off with a bunch of bunnies hopping around to weird music, firing off AK-47s. And then it just panned out, and it's just some military guys. I don't know. I really have no idea what that game is, but it's called 9 to 5. Then we got Black Desert Mobile. It's out now on the App Store and Google Play. Then Beat Saber. Okay, this is the Green Day performance happened now, which was kind of cool, I will say. They played one of their classic songs, and then they played one of their newest songs from their upcoming album. I will say the second song, the new song from the upcoming album, sucks. It's not Green Day. It sounds like some Maroon 5 bullshit. Green Day, what are you doing here? What are you doing to me? So, Green Day did a collaboration with Beat Saber. They have a music pack in the game, and it's out right now. So, if you play Beat Saber, you can play the Green Day music pack, which hopefully doesn't include any songs from their upcoming album, because goddamn, it's not looking good. Then we have New World, got a reveal trailer. By the way, back to Green Day. I'm sorry, I left this out. The music pack for Beat Saber includes 6 iconic hits and new singles from the new album Father of All, which is out on February 7th. The album's out on February 7th. So yeah, you will have some of those new songs, unfortunately. But anyway, New World got a reveal trailer. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Rise, Son of Rome at the beginning. So I was hoping, oh wow, is this a Rise 2? I want a Rise 2. But it's not Rise 2, it's New World, whatever that means. It was only a CGI trailer, so there's that. It looks interesting, but I need more to go on. Convergence, a League of Legends story. So this is one of those things with the title where it's con, and then a forward dash, and then urgence. So fix your title, because it's wrong. But Convergence, a League of Legends story, got a reveal trailer. It's on consoles and PC. No release window though. So that's the second League of Legends story, I believe. So Ruined King, like I said earlier, Ruined King, and then now Convergence. 2 League of Legends stories got revealed. Then Surgeon Simulator 2 got a reveal trailer for 2020. It's coming to Epic Games Store. That's for your Surgeon Simulator fans. Surgeon Simulator was like a sensational game a few years ago, back in the day. So it's awesome to see a second one come out. Then what we got next kind of blew my goddamn face off. Right? The Wolf Among Us 2 got a re-announcement trailer. What? Yeah, so this was the most hype announcement of the entire show for me, right? Even more than Xbox Series X and Hellblade 2. This trailer, and I suggest you go watch it. It's like really short. It's 30 seconds. I actually stood up from my chair in astonishment, right? I shot up from my chair. So this trailer started playing, and as you do, I was figuring out, like, oh, what is this? I was trying to speculate, what could this be before, like, the title screen came up, right? But it started playing, like, the first 8 to 10 seconds started playing, and then eventually I heard voices, and I saw the art style, and I realized this is a Telltale production. This is a Telltale game, and it's that moment that I shot up from my chair, and I almost blacked out. Yeah, fucking Christ. Wolf Among Us 2. It's back. No release window. I do suggest you watch the trailer, because what the trailer is the camera... It's an apartment where the camera is looking out the window, then it pans backwards to see Bigby Wolf and Snow on the left. So once it's one camera movement back for the whole trailer, and at a certain point, I realized what it was based on the voice and starting to see some of the apartment, and I saw Bigby's hairy arm on the armchair he was sitting in, and I was like, Snow's voice and a hairy ass arm. This is Wolf Among Us. So I don't even know what to say right now. Obviously, as some of us know, Telltale Games shut down late 2018. So I was wondering, what the fuck is happening? How is this game... Because Wolf Among Us, when that happened, Wolf Among Us 2, which was already announced back then, was canceled, right? Because the company went under. But it's back. Because apparently this other company, which I forgot the name of, bought or changed its name to Telltale Games, and then hired back some of that Telltale staff. Especially, they hired back a lot of the team who worked on the first Wolf Among Us, and now they're making the second one again, which is outstanding, right? So hopefully they could keep hiring back more of the old Telltale staff, and hopefully it's not just Wolf Among Us 2. I was excited for Wolf Among Us 2, but I stood up because Telltale may be coming back. Right? And that has me more excited than any game announcement could. Because I love Telltale to death, and I miss their goddamn games. I miss looking forward to episodes releasing. Fuck. Right? You know, I don't know what to say other than fuck. Wow. This was easily the best announcement of the night for me. Right? Holy shit. Like, I need to move on. We have 2 announcements left. They are the Elder Scrolls Online is having a global reveal event January 16th, 2020. Cool. That's for you Elder Scrolls Online people. Then the very last announcement is Fast and Furious Crossroads got a reveal trailer for May 2020, coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So, what's her name? I'm sorry. Michelle Rodriguez from the Fast and Furious franchise came out on stage, and she announced this game, Fast and Furious Crossroads, with a trailer. She showed the trailer, which, by the way, doesn't look very good. I will say that. Like, it kind of looks shitty. It looks like a 2013-14 game. And then when she came out and showed this trailer, then Vin Diesel actually came out, which was a huge surprise, and presented the Game of the Year, which was obviously Sekiro, as we discussed. So yeah, that was the end of the show right there. And that's why people were wondering, was Half-Life supposed to be in there somewhere at the end? But it seems pretty lame to end on Fast and Furious Crossroads, which doesn't look good. I suggest you watch the trailer. It does not look very good. And to end on that seemed a little weird. When you opened with Xbox Series X and Hellblade 2, why would you close this week? That's what people are wondering. But that's the show. Those are all the announcements. those are all the winners, announcements. Congratulations again to all those winners, all those people who put on so much hard work to make those games happen. I appreciate you all, and I love your games, especially you, Outer Wilds. I'm sorry that you didn't win anything, but it's part of life. And yeah, looking very much forward to a lot of these announcements. The highlights of the announcement side of things, probably Maneater, seeing Final Fantasy VII, Control, looking forward to the story expansion. What else we got here? Some of the other stuff, Apex Legends, cool. Ori, seeing Ori was fun. Weird West, I'm all for. Right, some of these Magic the Gathering, League of Legends things look kind of cool. I'm interested in those. Gears Tactics, hopefully it's out on Xbox too. New World looks cool, just wanted a little bit more. And obviously, the huge highlights, Xbox Series X, Hellblade 2, and The Wolf Among Us 2 were the best things to come out of the Game Awards this year on the announcement side. Okay, I will say that. Wolf Among Us 2, best moment of the whole Game Awards. But yeah, that's going to do it for the Game Awards 2019. I just want to say thank you to the team that makes this thing happen. I love having that thing to look forward to at the end of every year. Once the holidays roll around and we approach the new year, I love having that huge award show with all these announcements to look forward to. We have E3, which is arguably the biggest game event of the year, and then just 6 months later is the Game Awards. So I love having every 6 months something to look forward to. Thank you, Jeff Keighley, for putting on a great show every year. The show keeps getting better and better each year. Not only with like how the pacing, because it is a long show. It's a 3.5 hour show. But also with like the stuff that is brought to the table with all the presenters, the performers, the announcements, the games, and of course the awards themselves. So heading into the new generation, I'm expecting the Game Awards show to get even better and better as time goes on. It's already great. So yeah, that's the Game Awards 2019 recapped. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will be seeing you soon for my top 10 games of 2019 video. It's coming out very soon, right? I'll aim for maybe the second week of January, because there are still some games that I want to play from this year, and I need time to do that, and I also need time to gather my thoughts and opinions about all these games and actually make the list, because making the list is a long process. So I'll see you soon, but until then, I'll see you later. Goodbye.